We have a great hour of news headlines planned for you, but first we want to start with summer travel plans. I know this is on the minds of many. Traveling internationally can be very exhilarating. Coming back through that customs process is everything, but we know that long line can take a lot of time in order to talk to an officer. So this morning we're talking about a way to speed that up, specifically global entry. Here to explain to us what global entry is Customs and Border Protection Officer Juan Villalpando. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Zach. How are you doing today?
So far, so good. You know, I always say traveling has been my greatest teacher. It's something that it's a luxury, but it's also educational. It's something you can learn from. Like I said, coming back through, though, customs, it can take time. Talk to us about what global entry is.
Yes, sir. No, you're right. Sometimes that traveling back into the U.S. can be a little bit challenging. The lines. Global Entry is a program with CBP that helps expedite the screening process back into the U.S. So that saves us and travelers like yourself a lot of time coming back.
It's a process, though, that also takes time to complete.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, you do apply online, and the process can take anywhere from 4 to 6 months to complete.
Yeah. And once that process is complete, you get a global entry card, which helps expedite that journey when re-entering the U.S. I understand because that process takes time, there's a backlog, and CBP has come up with a solution to try to expedite that process and cut back on that backlog.
That is correct. CBP has come up with a program we call Enrollment on Arrival, and this allows travelers that are conditionally approved not have to make appointments at one of our major airports and do the enrollment on arrival, finish the interview process there at the major airports once coming back from international travel. So you come back from international travel, you finish your interview, and then you can possess one of those cards that you just presented right now and get into the global entry program.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So you must start that process online. You can travel because you have conditional approval, and then when you re-enter is when you sit down and you do the interview process, which completes that global entry.
That is correct. That is correct. And that saved up people a lot of time. And unfortunately, you know, it's not always easy to get to the airports. You know, everyone works. It's not the easiest thing. So the enrollment on arrival right now has been saving a lot of people a lot of time and getting them in the global entry program.
So my colleague Ninfa is here to sort of walk us through. She's our, I don't want to say guinea pig, but she's our Vanna White for the day. She started this process a few weeks ago online, and you're here now to pick up that process to complete it.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us about what's going on.
So we'll start off here first by just showing the page where we're going to be doing the application.
This is where people want to go to get that process started.
That is correct. This is to get the process started here, okay? So it's here, the global entry page, right? You're going to see the global entry banner, huge trusted traveler banner. Go in there. A lot of it is self-explanatory. Apply now. Go ahead, apply now, Ms. Ninfa. You're going to see one of the many trusted traveler programs. Just know this, the global entry program does come with TSA Pre, and that's very favorable for a lot of travelers. So for the price there, you get your TSA Pre and your global entry. So a huge favorite. And
I want to mention too at this time, depending on if you have a credit card, for example, if your credit card is a traveling card, sometimes you get that $100 reimbursed.
Yes, sir.
From filling out this process. Also, TSA PreCheck is great for people who just travel domestically within the U.S. You can skip those long lines to check into your flight.
Absolutely. So win-win, right?
Yeah.
In this case, you would continue, get started. Of course, we have our considering TSA PreCheck. You're going to pick that. The security notification, consent and continue. And it gets you to this banner here. Fast forward what you're going to be putting in, your documentation, passports, information, your address, vehicle, depending on what you want to do. Fast forward, we're going to get to where Ninfa is at the moment, which is conditionally approved.
So once you get that process complete, that portion, you are conditionally approved, and now we're going to pick up the process right here where Ninfa is today.
So fast forward a little bit.
Yep.
Yes, after being vetted, right, we have to vet all the information. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get your own dashboard, right, and then you're going to get a banner and an email that says you're conditionally approved.
Gotcha.
And this is where Ms. Ninfa is at the moment.
How was the process so far?
It was super easy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I literally just filled it out online and I'm approved.
And here you are.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to finish that process today. And so from there, we go to the other tab you have open, right? Or is that where we're at right now?
That's where we're at right now.
Okay,
so,
look at that.
yeah.
Okay, cool. And so once you get this complete, so this would almost be as if Ninfa is coming back from Paris, and she's here, she's ready to go
right.
to finish this process,
Yes,
to get this card, the
That is
global entry
correct.
card, so she can continue your traveling throughout the year. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, I know this is this is something that so many people are looking forward to. We have summer months right around the corner. People are going to be looking to travel. I know this also helps out the government to cut back on that backlog.
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. And then just to kind of fill people in on what transpires during the interview, we're going basically verifying the information you input in the application, validate your travel document, U.S. passport, resident card, etc., and ask you some questions about your travel history. And then once we can finish that interview along, then we can get you approved.
And I can tell you this is a lot easier than finding parking at Bush to get the process done in real time.
So we've been told, yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
after you do the interview, how long does it take for you to tell us if we've been approved?
So once we get the verification back of your fingerprints and your information, usually it takes about 24 to 48 hours to receive that confirmation email saying you've been approved, you're in the program. Yes, ma'am. And once you've been approved, this banner that Ms. Ninfa has here that says conditionally approved will turn green into approved, and she can, from now on, start using the global entry lanes.
Okay. All good information. You excited?
Yes, I'm super excited.
Ready to go exploring?
Yes, I actually have a trip planned soon, so I'm
well,
super
look at
excited.
that. Well,
Perfect timing.
enjoy, be safe. Juan, thank you so much for coming in to explain this to us. Infa, thank you for waking up
course.
early. As we mentioned, summer travel is right around the corner. With that, those temperatures are going to be going up. The mercury will be rising. It is getting hot, hot, hot.